The story begins deep in the woods at dusk, inside an SUV crawling down a narrow forest road. The radio chatter is about a near-Earth asteroid, a great scientific discovery. But inside the car, the atmosphere is tense. Roy, back with the exploration team after a mysterious 4-month absence, radiates silent anger. Mike, the new eager member, tries to make conversation and fails. Harry, the driver and the group's anchor, quietly assures Mike that Roy's coldness isn't personal. They reach a remote clearing to set up their equipment. Mike struggles with a heavy case containing a state-of-the-art radio telescope and computer. Roy watches him struggle before turning away. Harry steps in to help. Later, Roy pours himself a cup of tea, and when Mike, shivering, asks for one, Roy flatly refuses. The rejection is a physical blow to the team's morale. Trying to bridge the gap, Mike explains his work to the unresponsive Roy. "We're not just looking at the stars anymore. We're listening to them," he says, describing how he records radio signals from the deepest reaches of space. Roy says nothing, but a flicker of professional interest is there. Hours later, exhaustion takes over. Mike falls asleep at his station with his headphones on. Angite Enchen Tin Gik Bui, MTM Fan MT Ting, Ping CC Ben, Trong Tro, Elip Sai, Ulay, Kola MT Tin Hayu, Kang Jun Biek T K Ting Yong Vietra Tinayan Naon Ting. What was that? Nok Hio Dime G Balai Gai Hon, Ho Re Bin, MTT Kang MT DS. He's jolted awake by a sound, a sharp, clean, repeating ping. It's a signal, unlike any natural cosmic noise he's ever heard. It lasts for 17 perfect seconds, and then vanishes without a trace. It didn't even record itself. Harry, woken by the commotion, dismisses it as a glitch or a pulsar.
Can a man get
but
some
Mike
sleep?
is certain it was artificial. Driven by a gut feeling, he types a quick message, a simple string of prime numbers and basic chemical formulas, and impulsively beams it out into the void, towards the source. He has no idea that Roy, standing in the shadows, witnessed the entire event. Later, while Harry is adjusting the main telescope, Roy approaches Mike's station. He sees a satellite tracking feed on the screen. A specific satellite, labeled Goodman 1, flickers and disappears for 3 full seconds before reappearing exactly where it should be. "That's impossible," Roy whispers, his face pale. When Mike and Harry look, the feed is normal. Harry insists the Goodman satellite has a flawless orbit. "You know that better than anyone," he adds. The name Goodman is a trigger. Roy's shock turns to pure rage. He spins on Mike. This is your doing. Your fancy equipment is messing with everything." He accuses Mike, who works for the corporate giant EtherCorp, of being his replacement. "EtherCorp bought my company, scrapped my life's work on the Goodman project, and gave my job to a kid." The truth of their fractured history explodes into the open. Mike is horrified, stammering apologies he didn't know were necessary. Roy storms off into the night. The fallout is heavy. But later, Rui returns. He silently approaches Mike and offers him a cup of tea. "It's a clumsy, wordless apology. I overreacted. It's not your fault. The corporate world eats good people." "You seem like a good person," Roy says, the words difficult. Mike accepts the peace offering. The truce is fragile, but it holds. A few hours later, Mike is jolted awake again. The ping is back. His heart hammers as he locks onto the signal. But it's different this time. The rhythm is more complex. It's not just a repetition. It feels like a response. He records it and runs a frantic analysis against the original message he sent out. The result on the screen makes his blood run cold.
94.7%.
94.7%.
Echo delay.
Source.
Impossible.
Unknown. Echo delay.
Oh.
Impossible. An impossible echo delay. It wasn't just a rebound. It was a reply. His simple message had been received and sent back. with new data woven into it. He stares at the waveform, his voice a trembling whisper as he calls out into the dark. Harry! Roy! Get in here! We got an answer. The three of them are now huddled around the computer, the previous conflict forgotten in the face of the impossible. The evidence is undeniable. This is not a malfunction, a pulsar, or a human satellite. It is a deliberate, intelligent response from an unknown source. They agree to keep this discovery secret until they understand it better. Mike makes a call to his EtherCorp office to discreetly check if their equipment is picking up any unusual activity on that frequency. The response from the other end is clear and immediate. Yes, they are also hearing a powerful, anomalous signal. But then, the line crackles. A supervisor's voice cuts in, abrupt and official, stating there must be a mistake. They aren't reading anything, and the line is suddenly dead. The deliberate lie is chilling. Someone powerful knows about the signal and is actively covering it up. This confirmation of a conspiracy galvanizes them. Roy, now fully engaged, takes charge. If we're on our own, we need a better antenna array, he says. He and Harry head out into the cold night, following Mike's instructions from the tent.
A little to the left,
They position
Harry.
portable antennas in a wide triangle formation with the
Good, now
SUV
secure
at
it.
the center, creating a powerful, improvised receiver. As they make the final connection, the signal on Mike's computer screen surges in strength, and then it transforms. The sterile digital ping dissolves, replaced by a sound that is haunting, complex, and utterly alien, a swirling, melodic cascade of noise that sounds like nothing ever recorded by humanity. But the moment the signal peaks, their equipment begins to fail. Mike's computer screen glitches violently.
No.
Lights on the control panel flicker and die. By the time Roy and Harry rush back to the tent, the entire system powers down completely. When Mike frantically reboots everything, he makes a devastating discovery. The primary hard drive, containing every byte of the recorded signal and its impossible reply, has been completely wiped clean. Every shred of proof is gone. Mike is shattered, his hope evaporating. But Roy places a firm hand on his shoulder. If we were the only ones who heard that, Roy says, his voice low and intense, then we have a responsibility to the entire world to prove it wasn't a dream. This could be first contact. In that moment of shared loss, the team is truly forged. Mike, touched by Roy's conviction, reveals another painful truth. Roy, they didn't just fire you, he says. They forced Harry out too, precisely because he defended you and your project. The revelation hits Roy like a physical blow. He turns to Harry, the guilt overwhelming. Harry finally admits he didn't just lose his job. He quit in protest before he could be fired, and kept it a secret so Roy wouldn't blame himself.
I couldn't stand by.
The final wall between the two old friends crumbles. They are in this together, now more than ever. With a renewed sense of purpose, they formulate a new plan. Roy, his engineer's mind firing on all cylinders, connects the dots. The satellite, he says. The Goodman. It didn't just glitch. What if it was stealing our signal, or blocking it? What if it's causing the interference? He encouraged Mike to bypass the standard tracking software and run his own sophisticated sky map program, using the last known trajectory of their signal before the blackout. The program works, filtering out known orbital paths and natural radio sources, and it finds something. Something that shouldn't be there. A massive, silent object holding a position that no human satellite could maintain.
Can't be real.
They point Harry's powerful optical telescope towards the coordinates. What they see through the lens steals the breath from their lungs. It's not a sterile metallic satellite. It is undeniably a vessel, and it is here. As they watch, mesmerized, Mike's computer, still linked to the radio telescope, chimes. A new message is coming in. This one isn't an analog sound. It's a dense, rapid-fire stream of binary code, beamed directly at them. Mike's fingers fly across the keyboard, decoding the ones and zeros. It resolves into a complex data packet. And within that packet are images and schematics. They see the double helix of DNA, maps of Earth, the solar system. It's a vast archive of information about humanity and our world. But as Mike and Roy cross-reference the DNA model with public databases, they find a single, minute discrepancy. One tiny, non-coding sequence is different, a sequence no human has ever thought was important. The message wasn't just a hello, it was a correction. A clue. It was telling them they were wrong about their own origins, hinting at a connection to the cosmos far deeper than anyone ever imagined. They have minutes, maybe seconds, before their systems fail again. The alien data packet is immense, and their damaged hardware is overloading, threatening to erase everything. We're going to lose it. Mike yells, watching the progress bar stutter. Roy's mind is a steel trap. We need more power and a clean data line, now, he barks orders. He shuts down every non-essential system, pouring all remaining battery life into Mike's primary computer and data drive. Harry, you're with me. We're moving. Their only chance is a powerful generator at a ranger station, a white-knuckle 15-minute drive down the mountain. Roy peels out of the clearing, the SUV lurching down the dark, treacherous road. In the passenger seat, Harry holds Mike's equipment steady. In the back, Mike is on the phone with his most trusted friend, Dave, a genius-level tech operator. Dave, listen to me. No time to explain. We're coming to you. We have a data stream, alien, and we're losing it. You need to be ready to patch us directly into your satellite uplink the second we arrive. The race is a blur of swerving tires and shouted instructions. They skid to a halt outside Dave's remote home. Dave is already on his porch, a tangle of cables in his hands. He doesn't ask questions. He sees the terror and triumph on their faces and acts. They transfer the precious data drive. Mike and Dave work in a frenzy, splicing cables, creating a direct, unlogged line from the drive to Dave's powerful transmitter. With only moments to spare, the data transfer stabilizes. The alien information is safe. Dave looks at the decoded images on his own screen, the ship, the DNA, the star maps. His jaw goes slack. My God, he breathes. You guys. You actually made first contact. Days later, the world watches. News networks break in with a unified global announcement.
That a massive
A colossal,
alien spacecraft
unidentified
is now hovering
object has entered
directly
the
over
inner
our
solar
city.
system and is on a direct approach to Earth. It matches the description of the ship they saw. The team gathers one last time at the clearing. They have one final task. Using the same machine language from the original binary message, they compose a new signal.
Welcome.
A simple, universal welcome. They beam it directly towards the approaching ship. As the world holds its breath, they watch on a portable monitor. The alien vessel, a majestic, silent leviathan, moves into orbit, and in response to their message, it activates. The cloud of shimmering lights around it intensifies, coalescing into a breathtaking, planet-wide display of brilliant, serene blue light, a silent, beautiful answer to humanity's hello. The three of them stand together, the veteran, the friend, and the newcomer. Their own conflicts and pasts now insignificant against the infinite canvas of the stars.